Oh, nobody could hear me. That's so funny. I've been talking for 5 minutes. Nobody can hear me. Can you guys hear me now? Is there sound? Or are we still no sound? No sound? Sound? Okay, there's sound now. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Sorry, guys, about that. So we are into the London session here. For our London session live around 1:30. APG, how you doing? Michael, how you doing? First punch in the face. Wesley, appreciate you for coming on the live. So, Shaq, what is up? Thank you. So essentially, guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go look at my liquidity gaps because the market doesn't really have volume. Like, we're not... Thomas, how you doing, brother? We're not in a high volume market at the moment. So you really do got to catch the tops and the bottoms. And I can't make that clear enough. If you don't catch the tops and the bottoms, you are going to lose out on money. You cannot be trading this market in the middle or you will lose. Okay. So here's a nice double bottom, but we're overbought almost on the 1 hour time frame. Where I'd be shorting Bitcoin is when it breaks $68,000. Or I'd be waiting for the short around this previous high around 70,500. Other than that, Bitcoin is in a no trading zone. Okay. You can see right here, we have major support. I don't want to mess with this trade on a short. One, because you have major support. And two, you're oversold. And three, because you have a rounded bottom breakout. But if we go to the 4 hour time frame, you can see that the 4 hour MACD is pushing down. Now, typically, I would short that, but because we're not into the zero line and we're so oversold, I'm not going to short that. But if we can get back inside of the zero line on the MACD, we are going to have a very, very big drop. And the drop I'm talking about is something from 89K all the way down to 59K. If we go back inside of that zero line, we can see the 18 hours very, very overbought. A little bit of a double top. We can see the daily is now very, very overbought. And you can see on the weekly, guys, that your weekly is obviously still inside of the bottom, which is 29. And essentially your MACD is pushing down and you've got the monthly indicator pushing down, which means 12 days, before the 12 days, we're probably going to have a very big drop. Or maybe not a big drop, but a double bottom area drop. So that is kind of what I'm working with right now. I'm either shorting the top or I'm shorting the break. Right? So I'm going to set my support horizontal line here. I'm going to set an alert. I believe the market is closed into the New York session tomorrow. We're going to set alert right here. We're either going to get the top or we're going to get the break, and that is it. We're not trading. It did break out right here, right? So this would have actually been a nice long, but I don't like longing when the MACD is going down. But essentially here, guys, this should happen on Bitcoin, maybe even to the 200 SMA. But this area right here is a no trade zone for me, especially with how oversold we are or how low volume we are. We're not necessarily oversold, but we're very low volume in the market. Like if you look at the 15-minute time frame here when we went up to 70,009, there was really no volume here. Like look at the 70,009 pump we had. The volume was very, very consistent throughout that whole pump. Usually you're going to get a high volume pump like something like this, right? If you're going to pump up that high, you're going to get a volume spike like this. We did not get that volume spike, and we kind of faked out. So this would have been a really good short here too. But that is essentially what Bitcoin's doing, guys. Like I said, that 4 hour is very, very oversold right now, but the MACD is also dropping. If we remain above the zero line, I'm going to be very cautious because we're above the zero line. But if we get back inside of that zero line, I'm going to be short all day. As of right now, the overall market is not in a trading zone. And you're going to find this a lot more where the overall market is not in a trading zone. I'll be honest with you guys. Okay, let's go check out the total crypto market cap here. Same thing, rounded bottom, broke out, going sideways. Same thing, the 4 hour MACD is dropping into the zero line almost. You do got a double top. And essentially this double top is a break of trend. So you've got a break of trend right here off of a rising wedge. You got another break of trend here off of a rising wedge. And now you are ranging at this double top. Can someone confirm for me the U.S. market is closed tomorrow? I guess I could look that up. But I know someone was saying Monday the U.S. market is closed. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run up this London session live. I appreciate you all for joining. Here is the thumbnail for the live today. We usually get these spot on. You've got your double bottom here. And then we're looking at a drop. And the reason I put a nuke is because there's a possibility. So we're still very bearish, guys. Essentially what we're doing is we're playing the downtrend. We're not longing. I'm not longing. We're playing the downtrend. Abdullah, how you doing? Nice seeing you on here. Yoel, thank you for coming on. Jeffy Star, thank you for coming on. Market closed Monday for US President's Day. All right. We will see how that goes tomorrow. I would love London to rip it up and then dump it because I know we broke the trend. If you look right here, guys, we broke the trend, right? So this was actually, we even never backtested this break of trend. So there's a possibility we come back up to 70K. I don't know how possible that is, but right now we're just really, really weak. Okay, let's go look at some altcoins, guys. XRP. Look, we even had a pump here on XRP a bit and a fake out. This is why you never trust a bearish market and never trust your targets getting hit because there will be fake outs. So XRP actually hit the top here already. And if we're looking at XRP, you can see Mr. Whale, how you doing? Looks bearish. It is very bearish. Absolutely. Yep. Here's the top on XRP, guys. So it actually got hit perfectly, pretty perfectly here. You've got a break of trend I would say XRP is going to be a very good short. Bitcoin is not really doing anything. Obviously, London is going to come up here in a bit, but XRP looks like it is about to drop pretty heavily here. Yeah, so if we look at XRP, guys, this is lining up as a really, really good short. We already broke the trend. You're getting a break of structure. Essentially, you need to break 144, but if you break 144, we dump all the way down to 138 or lower. And I believe XRP is probably going to come all the way back to 133. You can kind of see, you know, this double bottom. I don't believe this double bottom is going to play out. It very well could. But once you break that 144, XRP is going to be a dynamite short. I'm probably going to call that trade in our trading group. Who is excited for the live training this Saturday, guys? February 21st. We're going to teach you how to get funded accounts. We're going to teach you how to scalp the 1 minute. We're going to teach you guys time frames. Okay. We're going to teach you guys everything there is to know to make a 6-figure income. And the best part about all of this is you don't have to pay a dime. This is 10 years. 10? I'm 30, right? Yeah. 10 years of accumulative trading all built into one. Now, for the people that are wondering about the coaching, guys, I sent the emails off. If you didn't get them, I'm going to have to figure out my email because I did send the emails off. If you didn't get them, I might have to email you from my Gmail. If you want the coaching, if you emailed me, because my email is blocking, I don't know. I have to check with Apple. But if I send you an email from Gmail, it's bslimless444@gmail.com. Okay. Olga, it's the worst time for live trading. Yeah, for sure. Have I sorted out a time? White, I will do the live training session and I will post it this Monday. You guys will get the time on Monday, tomorrow, a week in advance. It will be a Saturday though, guys. All right. And it will be in beastlimitless.com. So Ethereum. Ethereum's already overbought. Like nothing is really happening here on ETH. Same thing, just a ranging market. Like if you look at ETH in the macro, hypothetically, guys, we should pump up to $2,500 hypothetically, but this isn't a normal hypothetical market. It is actually a downtrend market. The other thing is Ethereum is in an inverse pattern. Not that it matters. It definitely does not matter. Check out Siren. I've been riding it up since 14. Weekend is when you guys want to trade the low caps, right? Oh, yeah, this thing pumped a lot. Wow. Thomas, you're finding some pretty good setups this week. Take, Siren, Prove, maybe, or the other one, Bera. Now, I personally don't trade low caps anymore. I put too much money in crypto projects, and I don't trade low caps anymore. But for the people that do, Siren, your next take profit. Well, ideally, your next take profit would be around 26 cents because that's the body close. You never want to make your take profit where the wick is. Could it wick up? For sure. But I would say about 26 is where you would want to take profit on Siren. Let's look at USDT.D. Thank you guys all for coming on the live tonight. I'm really trying to make something out of nothing here, guys, but there's not much to even look at. We'll find something, though. So we are getting that double top. In my personal opinion, we're going to pump up to 9.60%. We're probably going to break it. We've got about a half a month left in the market. If you guys are new to our community, guys, I appreciate you. Subscribe, beastlimitless.com. If you guys are making money, let me hear it in the comment section below. If you haven't liked up the live, please like up the live. It does help the channel and community a lot. Let's look at Solana here too. We'll do our daily rounds with the market. I got my bull hat here. It says bull. You guys can see that. Raging bull. So see if the market does something. So Solana's kind of in the same boat. Now here's the thing, guys. We broke out again. Again, this is a problem. This is a problem because we broke out, but we broke out sideways. Well, if you go from right here to right here, we never really broke out. But if you go from here to right here, we broke out. And it is the same song and dance, guys. We are in another rising pattern. Okay, a rising wedge, essentially. All right. And basically right here, rising wedge, fake out, drop, fake out, and another drop off this double top. Everything has a double top in the market right now. In a bullish market, you want to typically invalidate, of course, be cautious. But in a bearish market, you do not want to be longing double tops. Same thing, in a bullish market, you do not want to be shorting double bottoms. So there's another move coming in the market, and it is coming quick. I really don't think London is going to have enough juice to drop the market. Especially we broke out. So I would say we get a kind of a fake pump into the holiday. Wait, it's a holiday tomorrow. So that means there's going to be no New York live. So there will be no New York live, guys, because it is a holiday. I'm not going to do lives when the market isn't open. It's just a no volume session. It's a waste of time. But I would set up your parallel channel right here. And again, maybe we get a trade right here. I'd be looking for a short here, about 69,000. Or essentially the short at 68.1. I'm very, very excited to show you guys how to get funded accounts. Here's the thing. I'm going to show you guys how to get a funded account and pay less than $150 USD. The people that want to pay more of $1,000 to get funded right away, sure, we could talk about that. But I found a broker that you can pay less than a couple hundred and you will get funded $100,000. The cash out time, you're looking at about 10 to 15 days, but who cares? And I'm talking to the people who are on a budget and stuff like that, right? So we found a broker. I've been using it and it tracks all your trades. And I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be very happy. Okay, Bitcoin Cash and Link. Look at this, guys. Bitcoin Cash hit our take profit. We were looking at this the other day. I actually posted a setup here on Bitcoin Cash. And I said, guys, watch out for Bitcoin Cash. It looks like it is about to pump. And it did just that. It also looks like it's about to dump. If you look right here, we dropped on BCH. But again, there's not enough volume in the market. This is the problem. I wouldn't be shorting right now, and I wouldn't be longing anything. However, there's major bearish dive. Funded Pro for instant funding. I'll check it out, Michael. I'll check out Funded Pro. This prop firm, though, once you get your account funded and you cash out, they give you a second trading account of 100 grand for free. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys this funded account. Okay, can I take a look at Chainlink? For sure. Thank you guys for all coming on the live, being a part of today's live. I appreciate you guys. Can I look at ZBCN? For sure. So Chainlink is still in a downtrend here. Chainlink is going sideways. It broke said little uptrend here. All Link is really doing is ranging right now. So if we go to Chainlink, smaller time frames, let's see if we can find an entry. So yeah, Link keeps on ranging at this support. Not too bad, not too bad. I wouldn't really look at Chainlink. This is too much of a range. Unless it breaks 865-ish. Like, the problem with Chainlink is there's not going to be much movement until you get down here. But in the shorter term, you could play the range. So essentially, you're drawing. It broke out here. Here's the little range on Chainlink. You could play on the 5-minute. There's an inverse head and shoulder right here. You could essentially email the top. Or short the top. What you guys need to do in the shorter term is draw ranging channels if you want to make money in this market. There isn't too much money to be made right now because a lot of things are ranging. I would just draw a ranging channel. You don't long here and you don't short here. Personally, for me, I would not be longing. Even if Bitcoin pumped up to 80K right now, I would not be longing. But I would look for the short right here. Can I look at ZBCN? For sure. We got to look at gold and silver too, guys, right? ZBCN. I'm going off the shorter term. I'm not going off the longer term. Going off longer term right now is pretty much pointless. So you had a little bit of a pump. Here's your little uptrend on ZBCN. If we look at our RSI, it looks like it broke. Our 4 hours into the zero line. We got a little trend here with some bearish divergence. It looks like it's about to break. Yep, we broke it. So in the shorter term, it looks like ZBCN is going to drop all the way down to 0.01493. But if you're looking at, if you're looking at the much, much shorter term, then obviously this is going to be the bottom, and we're going to play the channel on ZBCN. But again, how to trade this market, guys, is pretty simple. I really wouldn't be longing if the 4-hour MACD is dropping. But if you do want to go against the market, you just long right here. If it breaks, get out, you short it. Right? So if we go to our liquidity gaps here on ZBCN, we've got same thing, a range, right? You have more buys than sells right here. But macro, you're kind of just ranging there. You're not going to see really much happening on ZBCN. We're in a big range right now. That is kind of the tail of the tape here, that we're in a big range. All right, let's look at ZEC. No problem. I appreciate you guys giving me some coins to look at. Look, Zcash is pumping a bit. Inverse head and shoulder. 18 hours overbought. I will say this, Zcash did not break the uptrend. So I would not be shorting Zcash. Could it fake out? For sure. But it is in an inverse head and shoulder. You kind of broke right here. You did break the uptrend a bit on ZEC in the shorter time frame. Actually, you definitely broke the uptrend. So that's the tough one. ZEC looks like a pump and dump. Honestly, I wouldn't even be trading ZEC because I wouldn't be going for the short. I'd be waiting for the short when it breaks the support right here. It does have a bit of resistance if it breaks out here, perfect. But it is rejecting the bull market support band from the daily. So again, you're probably not going to see much happening with ZEC because we are oversold now. And we're just ranging sideways. Okay, what is Bitcoin doing? Jack, nothing, zip, diddly squat. I have a challenge for you guys. Long Bitcoin at 100x and tell me what happens. Like, I would like London to pump it. I'll be honest with you guys, because if the 4-hour MACD is dropping, I'm looking for a short. I definitely want London to pump it. But where would London pump it to? So if we look at Bitcoin, now I'm not longing the pump. I just want London to pump it. Because Tokyo accumulated. So that means London might manipulate. Where's our next major area here? Okay, so we're looking for a short around 69.2 is what I'm going for. If we break that 69.2, okay, we're going to pump, right? Then you lose and then you get out of the trade. We're going to set an alert right here. Let's look at our 8-hour time frame here and see if Bitcoin's looking good. Nope, 8 hours looking bad. We're about to come to the zero line here. We're probably going to reject and cross on our MACD. All right, is anybody actually longing Bitcoin right now, guys? You're not shorting this, right? Is anybody taking a long scalp on Bitcoin? I know I'm talking about a drop, but I'm also, that is in the a bit longer term. We're playing out that range. We hit the bottom. We broke out. Pyrogenetics, how you doing, man? What do you think in the market is going to go to? Are you thinking a pump or a drop? Shout out to the new people on the live. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you're new, let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's look at more large caps here. We got to look at Tron, TRX. We go down our particulars list. Again, guys, if you trade these large caps, you're going to make bank. A lot of people are focusing on low caps. They think they make you money. I'm telling you what, right now, they do not make you money. I'm going to give you guys a little analogy here, okay? Walk into the casino and you see a big sign that says, win the $100,000 jackpot. All you need to do is bet XYZ. And you get this crazy jackpot if you hit it. Okay? Lights are flashing. Everything is flashing. Red hot. A low cap looks red hot when the indicators play out. Well, low cap altcoins are like the casino. If you guys could trade these large caps, you will turn this into a trading business and never have to worry about money again. I'm telling you guys right now, never have to worry about money again because the losses are going to be very, very small. They're just going to be very, very small, guys. You're not going to have big losses when you're trading large caps. As long as you're not being greedy and you're kind of trading the range, right? Real Aleco, I had a 150 XRP from the recent top, a short, nice. Leverage down and was safe from any bounces. Awesome job. Someone said they're long. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not telling you to long. I'm just curious if you're long. I am not trading this, okay? I am waiting for Bitcoin to go to the top or to break support. Just so you guys kind of know what ballpark I'm in. This is going to be a dynamite trade because the 4 hours dropping here on Tron. And if you guys look at Tron right here, like I seriously love trading Tron. You could go very, very high leverage on Tron. You could literally trade 30, 50x leverage, whatever on Tron because it barely moves. Here's the kind of range uptrend. If we go to our liquidity gaps here on TRX. Yeah, guys, so if Tron breaks this area right here at about 27.9, you could ride her down all the way to about 27.6. And if you go high leverage, that is really, really good profit. If you look at the 4 hour, Tron, yeah, Tron could come down all the way to about 27.3. Okay, so let me kind of elaborate here, guys. I never told anybody long. I'm just curious if people are longing. I am not trading. I am waiting very, very patiently. The 4-hour MACD cross, no trading zone for me. But I would love for Bitcoin to pump back up to the top. That would make me very happy, and then I'm going to short it at the top all the way back down, and I'm essentially going to play the range. I will say this, it looks like New York is going to have a massive drop in the market. Massive drop on Tuesday. Easy range to trade with no volume. Absolutely. Very easy range, right? You're not trading in the middle here. No trade. Go spend time with your wife, your husband, your girlfriend. Go make babies. I don't know, right? Like, this is a no trade zone. Here, money. Here, money. Here, manipulation. I don't know. But they're both M. But essentially, I'm trying to make it very simple, guys. This market is a simple market. You trade the top, you trade the bottom. And it should be that simple, but people don't make it that simple, right? Range trading for the win right now. Absolutely pirate, right? So sure, I'm on the live with you guys, but I'm not trading it. I won't trade it until it makes sense to trade it. Like, you could even look at the 1 hour here. It is almost overbought, but it's still moving up. I definitely see Bitcoin coming back down to 64. When? Probably when New York is going to be open. Maybe we do it today in the London session. I don't see it happening. Market maker will chase liquidity. Absolutely. Okay, so we closed on the 4-hour time frame, guys. We're bouncing off of a fair value gap. We're oversold. The MACD is still pushing down. And you've got red histograms, so the 4 hour is going to catch up. Okay, let's go to CoinGecko here. I have a serious question to ask everybody. When you guys ready for the bull market? Is everybody ready for altcoins to just skyrocket? Are we all on the same page? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Maybe dusk. How we doing, C Bronco? Appreciate you. This is the London session. We go live London 1 a.m. to 1:30. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Appreciate you for coming on live. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't. Excited for the class next week. We are doing a huge live training. Pirate, hope you join. February 21st. 10 years of information accumulative, guys. 10 years. And you're getting that all into one session. Now, obviously, we're going to have more trainings, but so dusk is still on an uptrend, believe it or not. We're still on a pretty big uptrend on dusk. It broke out. See, there could be an opportunity for a long here. Pirate, just go to beastlimitless.com, sign up for a new account. It's completely free. You don't need to pay money or anything. As I just exited that. And then I'm going to post the time for the training on Saturday. But beastlimitless.com, you're going to see the live session marked here. And then you guys could all join the live on Saturday through beastlimitless.com. All right. Alex B, if you could get a recording of the teaching chart setups, absolutely we'll get a recording. All right, guys, Dusk actually might pump. Dusk is looking pretty good. I would say chance it, low leverage, right? Chance it, low leverage, set a stop loss. It looks to me that Dusk could pump all the way up here. Because actually, if you look at Dusk on the higher time frames, it broke out. Now, it kind of did fake out here. But yeah, we might just range in the market Monday, guys, because New York is closed. Have a lot of low caps pump, and then New York rip it down on Tuesday. I would say this is your trade right here. If you guys could find an entry on Dusk, I would wait for that breakout. Olga, can I look at Aster for sure? So Aster did break out, but it's the same song and dance here over and over again. We broke trend. So we did definitely break out on Aster, which would hypothetically be bullish. But now we are definitely dropping here. Aster is probably going to be a really, really good short. ASTER. And I'm not saying short it right now. Obviously, your particulars need to line up. That's one thing too, guys. When I'm saying short, I'm not saying yet. I'm not in any trades. You want to make sure they hit the top and hit the bottom. There's too much of a range for me to trade Aster at the moment. I definitely would not be longing it. I'd probably play the top. I don't know, maybe short around 74. It's oversold. Again, I probably wouldn't trade this. It looks okay for a short at the top, but you're completely oversold in 1 hour. If anything, I'm looking for this to become overbought. You're really waiting for this to play the range. Range trading for the win. And I'll be honest with you guys, range trading is not bad. Range trading is very, very, very predictable. Let's take a look at Aave here, guys. Yes, if Bitcoin pumps up, I'll be very happy. I like to look at Aave. I'm trying to get a short on Aave here around 138. Here's an active setup for sure. Aave short around 138, 137. It is in a downtrend. The 4-hour MACD is pushing down already. So we have some fake momentum there. I can see Aave coming back up to 138, 137. 138, 137 area, right? So boom, Bitcoin's pumping a bit. This is what I wanted. It's funny. I know Bitcoin's going to move and I'm not even trading it because it's in the middle. I'm just not playing that game. Let me see if it broke out here. I don't believe it did. No. So here's what you guys want to look for with Bitcoin. We have resistance right here. We have resistance right here. We know Bitcoin's on a downtrend. So you want to look for the short when we hit the top of the RSI. It's pretty simple. We're probably going to hit that top of the RSI, which possibly could be 69,000 if we break it. Okay, we hit a bit higher. But once we hit that top of the RSI, guys, we're rocking and rolling. We're probably going to reject there because we already broke the uptrend. I would say a dynamite money trade is coming up for XRP and for Bitcoin, if you could become patient. I'm talking a high lot size, high leverage trade. Okay, same thing here on XRP. Well, XRP broke out, but we know we're dropping on the MACD. We're waiting for a 15-minute. Again, I'm not getting into this trade unless it breaks support. So essentially, I'm going to take my trend to here. Maybe we get a pump to 149. Back to the midline of the bands, exactly. Yeah, you know what, Pirate? We should be looking at Bollinger Bands here. Great point out. Okay, so we're going to turn off all our indicators for a minute because really nothing matters except for the range. So I'm turning off all my indicators for you guys, everything. We're going to look at Bollinger Band trading. This is typically when Bollinger Bands are good. If you don't know Bollinger Bands, you typically don't want to trade Bollinger Bands unless you're in a range. All right, so very, very simple, guys. I don't typically go over my Bollinger Bands or my Ichimoku Cloud that often, but we will do that right now. So we're going to trade based off the Bollinger Bands and the Ichimoku Cloud. This is a completely different way of trading. I've taken away my fair value gaps because, again, we're in a range. So a lot of you guys don't see me using the 5-minute. This is when I'm trading the 5-minute or the 1-minute. So we're going to go the 1-minute time frame here. We're going to look at a couple of things. I'm going to take away my Bollinger Bands for a moment. Okay. So here's the Ichimoku Cloud. Now, why do I care about the Ichimoku Cloud in the 1-minute time frame? I want to see if it's riding the bands. We kind of broke. So now I'm going to go the 5-minute time frame. I mean the cloud. And I can see we broke the cloud. Then I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame. And I can see we have been remaining below the 15-minute cloud since we broke right here. So for us to get bullish, we need to break the cloud, okay? Again, guys, this is completely different type of trading. When you're building a house, you got to have different tools in your tool belt. All right, we can see the lagging span moved up. If we line it up here, we probably have 30 bars to a pump. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Literally perfect. This candle should be pumping in the next hour. And for those of you who don't know this strategy, it is very, very difficult to explain, okay? But long story short, you're rejecting the 15-minute. You're bouncing off support on the 1 hour. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my Bollinger Bands, okay? And take off my Ichimoku Cloud, go back to the BB Bands here, bang. Now, if I go to my 15-minute time frame, 30 on point. Pirate, have you ever used that before with the lagging span indicator? You count from your lagging span from the actual candle it crosses. Always 30 bars. If you master that, guys, you could literally just get every single signal line up. Okay, so there's going to be a move in the market. The Bollinger Bands are tightening. Okay. If you go to your 15-minute, your 5-minute, they're tightening and they're actually expanding. So again, I was joking with you guys, but when I said long 100x, it wasn't really a joke. It was to kind of push my point through that we are ranging. So now what we've done is we break in the conversion line. We should pump back up to here. Of course, we're red overall, and the MACD is dropping. So now you're going to play the range. If you look at the 1 hour, you're pretty much going to play to the top of the bands. I don't see us breaking. I don't see us breaking because the 1 hour bands are tightening. Pretty much you're going to see this 1 hour range. The 1 hour is going to be overbought very shortly. And then that is probably going to be your drop at around, I would say 68.8 to about 69K. Same if I go on XRP, right? Right here, we're playing the bands. Now, XRP is a bit different. XRP is almost overbought, but you can see that it's ranging off of this trend break, which is essentially a bearish pennant. But I see XRP ranging a bit more until these bands catch up to the bottom on the 1 hour time frame. Bitcoin, however, is about to make a move. XRP is going to range a bit more. I hope you guys are learning something from this. There's a lot at work here, but essentially I'm just waiting for this highlighter point right here. Because again, guys, we're not bullish. The 4 hour MACD is dropping. We broke. You could just pretty much call this a bearish pennant. All right, guys, hit that like button. So there will be no New York session live tomorrow. Michael Saylor explains how strategy can survive Bitcoin at $8,000. Let's look at our altcoins here. So total 3 broke out. Four-hour MACD is pushing down. Same thing, right? More range. So you're going to range in this little pennant on altcoins on total 3. until your Bollinger Bands tighten in this little bearish pennant. And here's the bounce off your 5, your 3, your 2. Once we lose that area right there, we come back down. Yeah, so what I recommend, guys, if you are going to do range trading, put on your Bollinger Bands. Typically, I don't use the Bollinger Bands at all on the YouTube Live or in the Twitch Live, but right now we're going to use it because we're just range trading. All right, hope you guys are enjoying the live. We'll look at something else here. Trying to look at all my large caps. So if you guys go here, you can look at large caps. Typically, a large cap's over about 5 to 8 billion. Doge is actually still considered a large cap, believe it or not. Wow, that was a big drop on Doge. My stop loss on a Bitcoin short, if I took it at 68.8, probably 69.5, just really outside of that range. So again, I'm not trading now, right? Because this is the middle. I have no interest in trading in the middle. I'm waiting for it to get up here at this resistance. I'd be okay with 68.8. I'd be okay with that for sure. And then I'd be looking for the drop back down or the break of support. But I just want 68.8 one time. Give it to me one time. Yeah, my stop loss would probably be 69. 69,500 outside of that range, right? A tight stop. 69,500 would actually be off of this fair value gap right here. Okay, let's check out gold and silver. Man, gold is not dropping. It is not dropping. It's not pumping, but it is not dropping. That MACD did absolutely not. Well, it did drop here. What leverage would I look for on the Bitcoin short? So I trade on MetaTrader mostly now, funded accounts. You're probably looking at a lot size of 1. So that's equivalent to like 40x, 50x leverage. If I'm on XC, I'm probably doing 20 or 30. But only if I get it at the top, right? Depends on what my lot size is for my range. If I'm doing MetaTrader, I'm down right away $100. So probably a bit lower leverage. If I'm doing XC or something like ZoomX, I'm probably going to do 30x, 15x even. But at the top, I'm going higher leverage. I'm not trading the middle, right? Nothing. Gold is doing nothing. How about silver? Silver's Almost overbought here. Gold and silver is just ranging, like same thing. The whole market has the same sentiment. I wouldn't even trade gold and silver right now. I'll be honest with you guys. I want to see if USD JPY recovered. We hit that trade on the nail. Okay, USD JPY is recovering. So if you guys want to get in a trade on USD JPY, if you're a trader on MetaTrader, it broke out and your MACD crossed up on USD JPY, I would be looking for a long on USD JPY down here. This could be a very, very profitable trade for you guys. The only thing I would say is know your pips, right? Because if you don't know your pips, you're going to get liquidated. And that is a whole nother ball game. We're not even going to talk about pips. All I know is USD JPY is setting up for a big move. Huge, huge, huge double bottom here on USD JPY. And I'm talking to the people who trade MetaTrader, by the way. 4 hours looking good. I'm going to take a trade on USD JPY tonight, probably. In the last 3 hours, does BTC not look weird? All it's really doing, man, is or fam is ranging. All we're doing on Bitcoin is ranging. All right. Let's see here. So we got some resistance right here on USD JPY. That's going to be a sick pump. And I will be talking about more currencies. Pirate, do you trade USD JPY? That's a beautiful chart. Best chart in trading right now. I know people are probably like, what is this guy doing looking at currencies? Guys, crypto's not it anymore. Like, sure, we're going to look at crypto because I built this community and channel off crypto. But we got to look at other ways, and that is where your funded accounts are going to come into play. Okay, let's look at the S&P 500. Nothing is happening. Same thing, range. You could. Yeah, nothing is happening, guys. Absolutely nothing. I would say the best trade we looked at today was USD JPY. All right, guys. So that is pretty much all I got for you guys tonight. We are not going to do a New York session live because New York is not open. I am expecting Bitcoin to push up to my resistance, which is about that 68.8 to about 69 target. I will put a trade up there. You set your stop loss for about 69.5. If we break out of this, we lose the trade, and then we catch Bitcoin at a new high. That is pretty much all we're working with tonight. But I wouldn't be holding longs or trusting the market because that 4-hour MACD is pushing right down. And if you guys know anything about that 4-hour MACD, you typically don't go against the MACD. So we're really waiting for a short. And we have a Batman here. And for those of you that don't know what a Batman is or a phantom pattern, this is a big drop. Essentially, you're going to have your double top, your 2 ears, your cowl like this. You go down, you go up, and you go right down after that. This is called the Dark Knight. That is what this is called. I don't know. Or maybe Phantom of the... Whatever. It doesn't really matter. But for those of you that have been with me for a real long time, you know the Batman is an indicator of a major drop coming. Okay? Huge Batman. Exactly, Pirate. So it looks like New York is not going to be generous on Tuesday. I could be very wrong. And honestly, I'd be expecting New York to manipulate. So I'd be expecting us maybe to pump all the way back up here, come take out the low, come take out that, and then drop. We are also very, very overbought in the London session here in the 1 hour. So I wouldn't be surprised if we dropped into London too, into the London close or into Tokyo tomorrow. I just think for enough movement to happen, I believe New York is probably going to do it on a Tuesday. But there you go, guys. There's your Batman right there. They're going to manipulate us for another 24 hours. Exactly, Mr. Whale. Yep, for sure. I'm going to make my thumbnail for the New York Live a Dark Knight bat. Dark times coming. I don't know. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed the live, guys. I'm going to end it there because 1, it is 3 in the morning. And 2, nothing else that's happening. If you guys could trade USD JPY, that is it. USD JPY is the play for tonight. After we break out, by the way. Hasn't broken out yet. Pirate, are you familiar with pips? Is anybody familiar with pips on this channel or community? And if you guys haven't liked the live, please give it a like. What is the date to learn about the funded accounts for MetaTrader? February 21st, and I'll put out the time tomorrow. February 21st. That is next week. 10 years of accumulated trading with me and my business partner. We're going over time frames. We're going over 1-minute scalping. We're going over fakeout, breakout, funded accounts, risk management, tracker, everything. Pretty much the roadmap to make you $1 million this year if you follow it. Okay, guys, so we'll be back on the Tokyo live session tomorrow night at 8 to 8:30 p.m. CST. We'll see what Tokyo does. Other than that, if Bitcoin doesn't hit our area, then we're not trading. Pirate Genetics, first rule of pips is we don't talk about pips. I don't think anybody understands what pips is here. That's crazy because if you guys go trade USD JPY right now, you're going to get liquidated. I can promise you that. Everybody's going to try to trade with the leverage they trade Bitcoin. Your account will be shot in a second. So if you don't know about pips, do not trade currencies. We'll go back to Bitcoin, make it simple. But we will be teaching you guys to use lot size and pips. Because if you really want to make money in this market, that's what you're going to have to do. Or you just wait for Bitcoin to hit the top. That's pretty much it. Looks like London may take out the Tokyo high. What is the Tokyo high on AMD? Yeah, looks like London's going to take out the Tokyo high, possibly around 69,000. Maybe a full half second, exactly. You'll be in the market, you'll be gone in a second. Yeah, let's take out that Tokyo high. That is what I want to see. All right, guys, I know we're getting more people in the live. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining. Watch the live recorded. We will be doing a Tokyo live session tomorrow, 8 to 8:30 p.m. CST. It's about 3 a.m. here. Not much is happening in the market. We know the sentiment of the market. We know we're going to range pump. We're probably going for that Tokyo high. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for being on the live. For the new people or people that haven't, beastlimitless.com. We're doing a huge training on February 21st, which is completely free, by the way. I do want to give a shout out to everybody. Alex V, thank you for being active. I am Crypto, thank you for being active. Alex B, thank you for being active. Craig, thank you for being active, guys. Make sure you come in here, post some charts, have fun, all of that jazz. I forgot about poker again, guys. I keep forgetting. We will get this poker thing dialed in. No problem. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Take care.